For the brakes on the Mustang, we're going to need a jack stand, an impact, or just lug wrench to take the wheels off, a torque wrench that's able to go up to 135, a little ball peen hammer, a normal hammer's fine, ratchet, and then also a 13 millimeter socket there. I can't get it to focus. A punch. It's going to need to be pretty thin. I don't know what size that is. And then a 19 millimeter impact socket if you're using an impact. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we got our impact, we got our 19 millimeter impact socket. Pop this wheel off. Now, if you've got the Mustang GT with the performance pack, the first thing you're gonna notice when you take this wheel off is, holy shit, I didn't know they made wheels from lead. These are insanely heavy wheels. Yeah, so be careful that you don't give yourself a hernia. That's a high probability if you're not careful. Okay, so next we got the caliper exposed here. And I'm going to try and show you the best I can what we're going to be doing. It's super easy to change the pads on this. This top pin needs to come out, okay? And then there's one right below it right here. And that pin needs to come out as well. And after you take those out, this metal plate right here, this guy's going to be able to come out. And then the brake pads will just pull straight out. You give them a little shimmy and pull them out. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so take your drift and your little ball peen hammer here and just give it a little tap-tap-a-roo. There we go. And then that'll pull straight out. There we go. Easy peasy. All right, then we're gonna do the same thing to the bottom one. And this one doesn't have any pressure on it, so once you get it past, it'll just slide right out as well. Now in order to take the pads out, I didn't mention this before, you gotta take this bar thing, I don't know what that is, that holds them together. You gotta take that out so they can slide out past it. Okay, so this guy on the back side is a 13 millimeter. And we're gonna take it off next. There we go. I'm gonna grab my old pad and give it a little shimmy shake here. Pull her out. Voila. She's out. All right, so I've got a micrometer here, and I'm just going to show you the difference between a new pad, which is right at 15 millimeters, compared to one of my track pads, to give you an idea of what that type of driving does to a brake pad. Let's see what we got here. So we are at 10, 11, Actually not terrible. Right at 12, it looks like. So 3 millimeters in, wow, 3 millimeters, 3 track days, and 2,000 miles. So probably, well, half those miles are track miles. Not too bad. Not too bad. In fact, I'm not doing a track day for a while, so I think instead of throwing these fresh ones on right now, I'm going to put these back with 12 millimeters on them because that's fine. That's totally good for the road. Okay, so I'm putting the same pads back on, but if I was putting these new ones on, you want to look in here, and you see the pistons right here. If you've got the Performance Pack Brembos, it's got 6 pistons, so 3 on each side. You're going to want to use something soft like a wooden hammer handle, or actually you can kind of push them with your hand a little bit, and push those back in a little bit. This way it'll give you that clearance you need for the new pads. Since I'm putting the old ones back in, everything is where it needs to be already. Ouch. Oops. Not yet on that. I'm going to put the center pin in. And this is flat on this side, so you don't need to hold it. It just holds itself when you're tightening it. Now I'm sure there is a torque specification on this, and I'm going to have to apologize because I don't have it. I'm just going to make it snug. Yeah, so feel free to look that up and post on here if you know what that torque spec is. There we go. Alright, I'm going to throw that bottom pin in first. And make sure it makes it through that metal anti-vibration bit as well. And then just take your small hammer. There we go. One down. Looks pretty good. Here's my other pin. Oops. I'll let the hammer do the work for us there. Alright, so you gotta push pretty hard. Let me show you on this guy. So right here, push, hold it up with your thumb and then hammer at the same time in the back so that it slides into position where it's supposed to. Try and get a little better angle there. That was what was giving me a little bit of trouble. But once you get it started, there it goes. It's all done. Okay, so we got the brakes changed. Now all you gotta do is put the 900,000 pound wheel and tire back on and torque it up. Remember, if you're using an impact to tighten it, just don't crank down on it because we're going to use a torque wrench for that. Just go until it's there and stop. Well, let's grab the torque wrench. Before we can torque the wheels, we gotta let it down so it doesn't just spin around on us. There we go. And you're gonna want to torque these on the 5 liter, anyways, to 135 foot-pounds. Go in the same order that you tighten them. That kind of star pattern. That's it. Now you're good to go.